Okay, our title today is Inequalities number 2. Inequalities number 2. Notice the word equal is in the word inequalities. And then remember the symbols that we've used before, or that we'll see. We have less than, and the less than symbol, remember on the line, it's an open circle. More than or greater than, that's an open circle. Equals, that is a solid circle, a closed circle. Less than or equal, that is a closed circle. More than or equal is also a closed circle. When graphing on the line. So hopefully you can see that anytime there's an equal, that bar in there, it's a solid circle. And another thing to remember, which one is less than and which one is more than. This looks kind of like a slanted L. So you can kind of think of it as being less. See how it looks like L, less? This is less than. And this one is more than. Okay, so here's what we'll do next. We're gonna work on a little problem. Then we'll test the answers. We'll say whether it's true or false and why. This will just take us a little down the page, about this far, in case you're wondering. So I'll leave this up here. Oops, focus. Focus. So this is x plus 3 is more than 4 or greater than 4. X plus 3 is more than 4. And let's solve this one now. I just want you to know that we'll be putting writing to the side. And this is the edge of the paper right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve this. We want the letter by itself, so get rid of the constant. I will do the opposite. I'll subtract 3. Do this to both sides. All right, and this becomes 0. And then you're just left with the letter X. And then we'll just bring this down. And on the right side, 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, now let's just go ahead and just draw a line, a number line under it. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the numbers 0, 1, and 2. All right, and we've been told that if it's like this, if it's more than, that means it is open circle. At 1, it's an open circle. And this is saying all numbers greater than 1. Okay, so that means going this direction. All these numbers will work. But not 1, but all the numbers more than 1. Now what we'll do is we'll test that. We'll test to see if we are correct. So over to the side, we'll write this down. Test answers, true or false, T or F, and Y. Okay, so we're going to test out 3 numbers. We're going to basically plug in 3 numbers in here and see if it works out. So I'll give you a moment just to write this. And just to let you know in advance, we're going to try out the number 0, the number 1, and the number 2. So let's look at the first one. If I put 0 in there, if I put 0 in here, 0 plus 3 more than 4, is that true or false? 0 plus 3 is 3. Is that greater than 4? No, that's not greater than 4. Why is it not greater than 4? Because we have 3, we have this, and 3 is not more than 4. 3 is not more than 4. What if I plug a 1 in there? If I put a 1 in there, 1 plus 3 is greater than 4? Is that true? No, that's false. Why is it false? Because this is 4. Is 4 more than 4? No, 4 is not more than 4. That's not true. What if I put a 2 in there? 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3, that's 5. Yeah, that's true. Because 5, I'll use a different color. Because 5 is more than 4. It's true. So looking at the number line here, if I put 0 in here, no, it doesn't work. If I put the number 1 in here, it does not work. It's not true. But if I put 2 in there, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 is more than 4, it works. And all these numbers will work. Going all the way across, they will work. They are the solution. So it has many answers. There's many answers that will cause this to be true. Okay, I'm going to draw a line across here. Then we're going to do a few problems down below. Okay, I'm going to fit 6 problems on my paper. If you need more room, just use another paper. Here's our first problem. First inequality. Notice we have less than or equal to 11. Okay, our first step is to get rid of the constant. I'll add 13, both sides. And by doing that, this is gone at 0. You're left with 4x. And then 11 and 13, that's 24. Okay, get the x by itself. I divide by 4. Divide by 4. By doing that, this becomes just a 1, and you're left with x. On the right side, 24 divided by 4 is 6. Okay, so since we're kind of running out of room here, I'm just going to make this kind of short. Graphing it. And our number is 6. Let's see, it says all numbers less than or equal to 6. Equal to 6, so it could be equal to 6. Or less than 6. So all those numbers will work. Anything less 6 and less, excuse me, you didn't see that, did you? Anything 6 or less will work. Notice this time it's more than or equal. So our first step would be to, this is more than or equal. Get rid of the -8. That leaves me with x over 3 more than or equal to 18. Now I need to multiply by 3. I'll use different color. And this is going to be a large number, isn't it? So this becomes 1 and leaves you with the letter x. And now we have 18 times 3. 18 times 3, what would that be? Let's see. 3 times 8 is 24. 2, 3, 4, 5. 54. Large number. So the answer is either can be 54 or more than 54. So if I was to put that on a, I'm going to put a little graph right there. Put the number 54. And it is it open or closed? Let's see, it's equal. It could be 54. It could be 54 and numbers more than 54. Any number more than 54 will work. Okay, number 3. This time it's more than -23. So our first step, subtract 1. That leaves us with 8x more than, let's see, -23 negatives and 1 negative. Together, that would make, think of temperature or flavor on your mouth, 24 negatives. Now we divide by 8. That makes it a 1x, which is just x. Bring down the symbol. 8 goes into 24. And there's 1 negative, so therefore it's negative. And I'll just make a quick little, you can make it to the side or underneath if you have room. And we have -3. And let's see, the answer cannot be -3. It has to be more than -3, but not -3. So it's an open at -3. And everything more than -3 can be the answer. Everything more than -3, but not -3. -3 is not more than -3. Okay, let's go to number 4. Focus. Okay, notice the symbol that we're using. Less than. Our first step, add 7. So this is 0, it's gone. And you're left with just x over 6. bring down the inequality. And 7 and negative 5. Negative 5, and that's like 7 minus 5. Okay, now I'll go ahead and it's divided by 6, so I'll multiply by 6. Both sides. And notice that this will become a 1. So basically it's 1x or x less than 2 times 6 Okay, just a little sketch of what all the answers are. I'll just put mine to the kind of like to the side. You don't need to make it very long. So it's at 12 and it's not 12, it's just less than 12. So it is open at 12. It's not 12, but everything less than 12. All numbers less than 12 will work, but not 12. All right, number 5. Remember, if your lines get too close, if problems get too close, you can always just use a little squiggly line to separate it. Okay, our symbol there is more than. So our first step, add 2. And that leaves us with 9x, because this is 0, right? That's 0. 9x more than, let's see, I have 20 negatives and 2 positives. There's more negatives. How many more negatives than positives? 18. Next step, I need to get rid of the 9. Since it's multiply, I divide, but you'll need to do it to both sides. And notice this will become 1x. And here, 9 goes into 18 twice, and there's 1 negative. Okay, and if I were to graph this, to look at all the answers that it could be, let's see, negative 2, notice that it has to be more than negative 2, not equal to negative 2. So it can't be negative 2, but anything more than. These are all the numbers that will work, but not negative 2. Because negative 2 is not more than negative 2. Okay, number 6, the last problem. Notice the symbol, less than or equal. Okay, our first step. Is to add 5. All right, because that will make this 0. 5 and negative 5 is 0. Then I have x over 12 is left. I'll bring down the symbol. 6 negatives and 5 positives. Well, there's more negatives. 1 more negative. See, this is divide by 12, so I will multiply by 12. Do it to both sides. Okay, this becomes just 1x. And 12 times 1 is 12. And there's one negative. So if I was to make a little line graph, just a small, short one. And we have negative 12. Let's see, that would be close, because it says equals to negative 12. It could be equals. So it could be negative 12. Or less than negative 12. All numbers less than or equal to. And so that's what the line graph would look like. And if your problems are really crammed together, just put a line to separate them.